expectations were high. Pascal said some things that he had to back up, and now expectations are, listen, this is what you are, this is what you do, let's see it. And then it becomes other teams are trying to disprove what you're saying you can do. So Pascal had a target on him.
At the beginning of the year, Pascal talked about wanting to be a top 5 player.
I've been all NBA, I've been an all-star, like it's just, I want to be, top 5 player in the league. Like I want to be one of the best, and I would do everything that I can to work towards that.
Pascal had ascended up the ladder as an all-star, as a most improved player. He was starting to get notoriety around the league, and he was pretty bold coming out and putting it right out there. I want to be a top player in this league, and I want to be recognized that way. And when you do that, you put a target on your back. When you do that, it sometimes gives people extra incentive and motivation to play against you. And Pascal welcomed that challenge.
He had a mandate. He knew potential free agency, got to re-up with a new bag, want to establish your position in the pecking order of the NBA. And this is a guy who was looked at as like a piece when he came in, right? And I think for Pascal, when he announced to people, like he believes he's in that top tier, upper echelon of the NBA, he had to prove it and back it up. And where do the greats do dirt? At Madison Square Garden.
There's no better place, and I feel like for Pascal, it would have to be a dream come true to have your career high in the Garden and you silence all those people, or you have them give you a standing ovation. And it's New York. I mean, there's no better place than to do it there.
That was one of those games where Pascal walked into MSG and he left it with a mic drop. He didn't have to say nothing else, right? That was his statement to the world, and I think that's what solidified that. And Pascal, he put on a show that night. He put on a clinic. He was a maestro. He did everything he wanted to, and there's nothing anybody could do about it. Not Spike Lee, not Julius Randle, nobody.
Welcome everyone to Manhattan, New York, New York. The Toronto Raptors in town, and they'll face the New York Knicks for the first time this season. The first of 4 meetings here. Van Vliet, Barnes, Anunoby, Siakam, Hernan Gomez for the Raptors, who have dropped 6 consecutive games. Right now, the New York Knicks are the hottest team, Jack, in the NBA. They've won 8 consecutive. Only Boston and Milwaukee have had a longer winning streak this season. That was a 9-game win streak for the Bucks as well as the Celtics. It's quickly Brunson, Barrett, Randall, and Robinson in the middle as we send it over to Kayla Gray. Raptors after that will play 9 of 10 at home. Their lone road trip during that stretch as we get set for action here from the Garden. Brent Barnaky, Josh Tibbin, and Evan Scott are 3 officials. One away game is going to be Indiana. You'll see the Knicks at home January 6th. Here's Randall. Gives it up. Barrett, clock down. RJ turns. Shot doesn't go. Defense. Here's Van Vliet pushing it, getting right to the iron, and you have to like that.
Good sequence. They get the stop. Love shooting from the elbows there. He's so effective in that area.
Step back. Siakam.
Money!
Can get it at any time.
And that's a tough cover for Robinson, who's more of a rim protector. You put him in space, having to guard Siakam and go to work on him. Make him move those feet.
38 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. He's spectacular. Randall, he is fouled. Evan Scott cut off. Good job by Fred. Randall, the three-pointer, no. Barnes on the glass. Pascal, spin move. How pretty is that?
Spin around there. Beautifully done. Spicy P in the right post.
Raptors, 12 of their 16 points are in the paint. Here's Brunson. On a kick out, RJ. Good closeout by Van Vliet. Barrett flips it up and through. Finding space.
Okay, 9 points, getting to that left hand.
Quickly guards Van Vliet. Van Vliet just takes him right to the bucket.
Well, never got him under control. They allowed him to turn the corner off the high screen. And Van Vliet probing, attacking, get to the tin.
Quickly up top. Hernan Gomez guarding Randall, and Randall finds Robinson under the bucket.
Beautiful pass that time, big to big and unselfish play. He had 5 assists last night, Randall, so he knows how to make that next look when you load up on him.
This time the Knicks loss was December the 3rd. Here's Siakam.
Well, what'd they do? They came back and ran the screen and roll again. Siakam, Van Vliet. Van Vliet for the drive. This time, Siakam for the 3. Go with what works.
Malachi Flynn and Boucher at the table to check in. Brunson spinning around, and Jalen Brunson. His father, Rick Brunson, is an assistant coach with the New York Knicks.
Former Raptor, Rick.
Yeah.
A cup of coffee with the Raps.
Timeout taken.
That's why it's so important to have a Fred Van Vliet on the floor. You stagger guys in their minutes, right? You got to have a veteran player who's proven, who attracts the attention of the defense at all times. There you go. He had open shot and then a tough one here with the air ball. But you know what? You don't hang your head. You keep coming back. And great job by Malachi Flynn there. Some guys get gunshot. I like the aggressiveness and confidence. No hesitation.
Randall the 3 and batted in by Hartenstein.
Well, the Raptors lead after 1.
So for him to go into the Garden and put up that 50 ball, he just really went out there and said, I'm doing this. I'm willing myself into this. And a number of those shots were dribbling drives to the basket, 2-3 defenders off his shoulder, and he's bumping them off. He's finishing at the basket. He's making tough pull-ups. You know, he had some big defenders in front of him. Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly were all in front of him, a quicker defender and Quickly, and none of them could stop him.
Everything he did was very surgical in terms of he's getting to his spots and he is trying to either get fouled or get a bucket, and that's exactly what he did in that game.
Pascal Siakam took matters into his own hands, and he decided that this game was going to be one where he asserted himself and really put the NBA on notice.
He has a huge second quarter with 17 points. And I remember Pascal in that second quarter taking the ball, operating in what became his office within the plane of the key, right at the top of the lane, down to the broken circle. That was his office. He'd get in there and stutter dribble and back you down and take bumps and just mid-range you to death.
Siakam with Koloko, Jack, Thaddeus Young, Malachi Flynn, and Hernan Gomez. R.J. Barrett, McBride, Sims, Rose, Hartenstein. As Siakam goes in strong on the take.
Great job getting downhill, and again, without Robinson in there, you can attack the rim, go hard. And Siakam does that really nice job, deployment coming out of the timeout, right?
Raptors 18 points in the paint. And a foul is charged at Thaddeus Young. Long 2 for McBride. Toronto by 1, Jack. Here's Pascal.
He's the one anchoring this group right now. There you go. And that double was coming late along the baseline, and he read it perfectly. Another timeout.
Yeah, Tom Thibodeau.
He's not happy. And he has a right not to be happy because the Raptors have come in here.
Excellent point. I mean, Malachi off the mark. Offensive rebound. Put back. Got it. Into foul. Malachi.
Not perfect, but that's okay. It's about doing it the right way as hard as you can do it.
The last 10 for the Raptors.
He's stealing, Matty D. He's rolling.
And the fact is, with this unit here, he should be the primary.
Well, that's, to my point, that's where you have to have him or Van Vliet at all times. One of your top guys that can anchor a unit.
A great job defensively, and the help comes. A chance to run. Malachi, the three, good.
Talk about you're a young player. The ball comes to you, 9-0 run. It presents the opportunity. It's a make or miss league. You want some run, you want some PT, time and touches. That touch comes to you. Lots of bodies when Brunson puts the ball on the deck. Really organized, prepared to play.
Malachi dribbles it out. Shot clock at 10. Pascal guarded by Randall. Shot clock at 5. Pascal gets to his spot. Has 12 in the quarter, 21 on the night. An 11-0 run by Toronto.
Well, Nick Nurse called that from the sideline. He told Malachi Flynn, get over here and do a little on big screen. Great call.
And the shot, good. Jake Barrett is knocked down. 3 threes. His father, Rowan Barrett, looking on. Here's Malachi. Shot doesn't go. 8-point lead. McBride kicks it. Brunson. And a foul's going to be charged to Thaddeus Young on the floor. Siakam stays with it. Clock down. Attacking Randall with a left. How about that move?
Blew by that time. Winning that matchup. Beating the clock.
14 in the quarter. 3 here in the first half. Brunson lines up the 3. Doesn't go. And it's last touch by Van Vliet.
How about this? The Raptors have turned the Knicks over 9 times. They've only committed 2 themselves. So +7 in the turnover margin, takeaway, giveaway. That's a great stat to win.
Pascal feeling it on the big stage. The Mecca.
The Garden.
17 of his 26 here in the quarter. Quickly spinning around. Cut off by Hernan Gomez. Here's Randall. Makes a move. Double comes. And out of bounds. And it's Raptor basketball.
Have it quick. Get it inbounded. Get her inbounded. I'm surprised the Knicks didn't give a foul there, you know? And a foul to give.
Randall and Anunoby. Physicality there. Jay. He's yet to miss from distance. Be sure to join us next for At the Half, presented by Subway. Fred. Oh, almost. Here's Randall. He's in attack mode, backing in. You know, Randall. That's a tough shot, Jack.
Yeah, you made him go. He wanted to get to his strong hand going baseline. And
faded right, shooting back left. And Pascal +1.
Right there.
Here's Barrett. Brunson. And Randall. Nine of 11 in the quarter are the New York Knicks.
Raptors are leaking oil right now. Momentum has swung significantly here. The Raptors have struggled on the road. Can they muster up some big performance now? Nice job right there by Van Vliet. Siakam wide open. Why not dial in? You make shots. Now they have to go against your set defense. Get into your coverages.
31 for Pascal.
There you go in the zone defense here, Matt.
Brunson. And out of bounds, and it's Toronto ball.
Good active hands that time. He tried splitting it. 12th turnover for the Knicks, only 4 for the Raptors. That's really helping them stay in this game, Matt. Those strong, active hands of Fred Van Vliet knocking that ball loose.
Raptors have been outscored by 12 here in the quarter. Siakam with 31. Backs up, attacks, and one.
They're saying it was on the ground.
Foul on Randall. UG goes for the steal quickly. Corner three. Finally misses one.
He's in the other corner.
Thaddeus Young sends it back over to Pascal in the paint and back to the line. Randall, ordered by Boucher. Randall attacks, gives it up. RJ Barrett pulls it back out. Clock down. Quickly, good closeout on the glass, batted, but right to Pascal. Quickly into the front court. Attack, sidestep, 36.
See ya! How about that for a little step-through move on RJ Barrett?
Raptors by 3.
Again, make shots, get into your zone. Changes the pace and flow of the Knick offense.
Randall. Shot good. 80-79. Pascal sends it over to Flynn with some instructions. He wants it back. Siakam was looking at OG. He was shading that away. It's in the lane. He's feeling it, Jeff. 38 in back-to-back games.
All league! All world tonight, Matty D!
Raptors by 3. Barrett. And a foul's going to be charged to Thaddeus Young. It'll be his third. On the glass, Pascal with the rebound.
All right, 2 for 1 zone. Let's see how they execute.
Pascal with the left. Oh, he's on fire. And he's got 40. Pulls it back out.
He's yours.
Siakam.
Foul. Oh, yeah.
Hard foul. And Pascal Siakam has 42. I mentioned his career best is 44. He has done that on 3 occasions. Twice against Washington, once against the Pelicans. He has 43, his number, and the Raptors lead by 7. Randall gonna get downhill, loses it. And the Toronto Raptors behind Pascal Siakam. 43 for Pascal.
Staying with the zone again.
RJ, 3 short. And Anunoby with a rebound.
The zone has been very effective for the Raptors, right? Playing it in front of their bench, doing a good job communicating the bumps and the slides in the zone.
Get a little bit of offense with Pascal on the bench. He's had the last 17. Shot doesn't go. Here's RJ. Barrett by Anunoby. Great job by OG. Barrett gets it back, cut off by the presence of Boucher. McBride with a 3.
Well, give him credit. He really stepped into that shot.
Malachi finds Siakam. Pascal attacks Randall. Scoop shot, and he will head to the free throw line. Pascal finds Fred. Range, no. And once again, an offensive rebound. Pascal fading. Jay, no. And a foul is called. Spike Lee can't believe it. 2-possession game. 6-point lead. Brunson to Randall. Throws it down.
Good play by Thad Young getting out of the way, right? You don't want a 3-point play opportunity. Just let him score on that.
And a foul on Randall.
Van Vliet, a perfect 4 for 4 tonight from the line for the Raptors. So there it is, and the Raptors
49.
91% from the line tonight. That's clutch. Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly.
Brunson. Get it to Pascal. He's going to use some clock. Pascal. Got it! And the foul. He's got 15.9 to go.
Well, and I tell you what, your three players who've been in your program the longest, right? Van Vliet, Siakam, Anunoby. They're your only three guys in double figures. They all came up big.
Siakam with 52.
No foul.
5 Raptors to score 50 or better, and that's going to do it. The Toronto Raptors are going to come away with a win in New York at Madison Square Garden, and Fred VanVleet holding on to that ball because he's going to give it to Pascal Siakam. The Toronto Raptors end their 6-game slide. They're now 14-18. And they end an 8-game winning streak for the New York Knicks.
Pascal Siakam, I think sometimes he would turn down his own looks, or he would look to facilitate a little too much when he was with the Toronto Raptors. But then he kind of, again, came into his own, and when the lane cleared for him, he really took advantage of that. And I mean, how apropos that the 50th point of that performance was a fast break and one layup, which just kind of encapsulates exactly how the Raptors wanted to play with him, wanted to play with the bench mob, and wanted to play during that era.
And I remember Pascal scoring late in the game. I believe it was on Isaiah Hartenstein. And he was flexing and he was yelling. He was like, "And one!" And he's walking along the baseline. I was like, this is Madison Square Garden. You're talking to everybody in New York City, but you have the right to do it because you put in work. That had to feel phenomenal for him.
In the scope of big games, it is one of the most efficient big games I have ever witnessed.
Efficiency doesn't mean it was easy, because when you look at the quality of the shots, they were tough shots. He made it look efficient. He made it efficient by the numbers.
To stay that locked in and not let the moment get to you, because sometimes when you're having a big night, you think it's about you still, and you kind of lose the point of the game, which is to win. And he 100% was engaged, and you could see that translating. And he never let the moment, I think, get too big or too small. He just stayed even keel, and I think that's why he was able to be successful. So it's massive that he was able to do it under pressure, but I think it's more impressive that he kept his composure.
I'm TJ Ford, and you're watching the Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Works right into the lane, puts it up and in! TJ runs away, fades, fires,